What's up, YouTubers? Welcome back. Today we're taking a look at the Joytoy Mold Color B figure. Now this figure is completely customizable and blank, so let's take a look at it. Now here I've laid out two of the exact same figures. The one on the right I have exploded so you can see all the parts in the breakdown. The original reason I bought this figure was for all these spare parts to have in my inventory, but it is completely customizable as well. Let's take a look at some of my other customized figures that I've been working on. Here's some of the custom Joes I've been working on. You can see a top side and a tracker in the back, cutter, wetsuit, complete dial tone and crosshairs. Everybody needs a Schwarzenegger in their collection. Some of the more obscure figures like Rampart, there's a Pathfinder and a back blast. Agent Face's way in the back. I gave Spirit some ponytails. There's a couple of Bruce Lee figures here with Donnie Yen and a couple of retired admirals standing next to Captain Gridiron. Every 1/18 scale collector needs some Marauders figures in their collection. But the real reason I started customizing was this particular figure right here. I've always been a fan of Superman and I never had one in 1/18 scale. The one on the right is my very first attempt at customizing, and he's the one that started it all, with soft goods cape, raised S on his chest, and I also created one on the left, which is a little bit more slender and more posable. Now panning over here real quick, there's a couple of customs I just finished working on. There's a Roddy Piper, a complete Voltar with removable helmet, that's a custom from head to toe. Shipwreck is photobombing, and that just shows you just how much a little bit of wash will go and bring out all the details in that particular figure. And on the far right is a custom painted Boss Fight Studios Gladiator. And lastly, I do all my own resin head casts and accessories. Now back to the figure at hand. Once again, you can see just how customizable these figures truly are. I've taken the liberty of speeding up some of the portions of this video during the painting. So let's get painting! I've opted to start with the vest because this has quite a bit of detail on it, and I've kept with the earth tone colors. There's no shortage of black straps on this vest. And here's the armor on the back of the vest. A little bit of wash added to bring out all the great sculpting of the vest. This is the belt that the figure comes with all the pouches, and it's pretty plain on the back. So let's get this painted up. Here I'm adding some NATO green for contrast. And we can't forget the carabiner. the belt all painted up. The back side's plain, and I did that on purpose so no paint rub would get on the figure. Let's bring out all the great detail with a little bit of wash. Here's one completed, highly detailed belt. Quick tip, when you're applying the wash, go with the grain of the mold. Go in all the low spots. Here's the included thigh armor for the figure, both for the right and left legs. One for the holster and one for the pouch. To the ball cap. Here's a look at the head sculpt. He's wearing glasses and sporting a beard. And you'll see this notch on top. That's for the baseball cap, and this can only go on one way. This gets glued on in the end. Let's take this off and get it out of the way for now. I'm trying to figure out what colors to use for this head sculpt. On the left side of his head, he's wearing a headset with a mouthpiece. Now, I've always been a fan of rock and roll from the G.I. Joe line, so I think I'm going to go with a blonde beard. And the only drawback with using the color yellow is it goes on really thin, so you have to put on multiple coats. Black for the headset and mouthpiece, and that mouthpiece is pretty small, so I got to take my time. For his cool shades. That doesn't look that bad. Now, of course, this is going to get toned down with a little bit of wash in the end. I've gone ahead and put the body together. With a little bit of heat, everything's nice and tight. Now, you can opt to leave it nice and clean like this, but I think I'm going to opt to put a little bit of flesh wash on this to bring out all the great detail. Voila! There he is. Now you can choose to put on as much wash as you want. And for the final accessory is the gun he came with. That's it. Just a little bit of paint on both sides. And here he is. I present to you codename NIKKO, ex-military infiltration specialist for hire. I have an all-newfound respect for these Joytoy figures. The incredible amount of detail for 1/18 scale is just phenomenal, especially when you have to paint them. This has been a fun project, and now NIKKO can fit in with the rest of my collection. As always, I'd like to thank you for watching, and if you like what you see, join the community and hit that subscribe button. And remember, share your knowledge.